Victorinox, Gerber, Leatherman, all survival brands that you know and trust. But maybe we forgot one. It's the permanent match survival tool. Let's make some fire and then write a song claiming that it wasn't us. Just like Billy Joel. That was terrible. Let's open it up and then we'll give it a Mr Tasteful score. The permanent match. Sometimes also called the endless matchbox. Because when I think about buying life-saving products, I think about wish.com quality. Let's see what we have here. And now with our inspection gloves on, it's time for a funny story. This here, it was one of the first items that I ever purchased from Wish. It arrived last week. That's a 6-month wait. 30 plus other items have arrived from Wish in the meantime. So the moral of this story, never ever give up on a Wish delivery arriving. Many reviews online say that it's a big downside that this requires 2 hands to operate. I say, I really underestimated the number of one-armed adventurers. These work pretty much the same as a Zippo lighter. Inside is our permanent matchstick, and at the end there's a little wick. And underneath the wick, a ferro rod. So normally the wick will set on fire, which is sparked by the ferro rod. You can also use the ferro rod alone if you run out of fuel. If the wick burns down too low, you can pull out the piece of metal at the end with a pair of pliers, slide out the wick slightly, and then push the metal back into place. Construction of the casing feels very cheap. There's a lot of plastic at play here. Running along this channel here, we can see the ferro rod. To create a spark, you just strike the metal along the ferro rod. To fill, you get your lighter fluid and pour it into the hole at the end. The wick at the end will then absorb some of that fuel. Now with it filled, we take out our match and strike it along the ferro rod. There we go. Don't want to set off those smoke alarms. Jimmy, I'd like to show you how this works. You just take out the permanent match and then strike it along the ferro rod. Wow. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but we both know you are not allowed to be in possession of any lighters. Jimmy, do I really need to remind you about the incident? Let's give the permanent match survival tool a Mr Tasteful score. We're scoring the permanent match survival tool based on the factors of weird, tacky and functional. We'll start off with weird. We aren't confusing too many people here. It's a lighter, 2 out of 10 for weirdness. Next, we'll take a look at tacky. It's a lighter, but have a token point for tackiness, as you think you're better than users of Zippo lighters, who think they're better than users of disposable lighters. 1 out of 10. Finally, functionality. Fire, it's what the caveman desires. It's not the junky, trashy, plasticky sort of trash that I crave. 9.9 out of 10 for functionality. The creation of fire is worth a Mr Tasteful score of 12.9 out of 30. And over to the Mr Tasteful leaderboard, the permanent match survival tool with 12.9 points goes into position number 30. That's right down the bottom feeding end. Just above we have the magic light up thumbs and silk through the phone magic trick, and just below the fake thumbs and fake poop. And right up the delicious end of the Mr Tasteful leaderboard, we have the pea funnel, fake camel toe, and blue plastic ear covers. If you are someone who is relying on cheap wish.com products for survival in the wilderness, there's every chance you may not make it home alive. So before you head out into the wild, it's very important to remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Mr Tasteful. Come on, Jimmy. Again? Really?